The Kshatriya king. There was once a battle when the Muslims seized a Hindu fort. They surrounded the fort and waited for everyone to starve to death. The Muslim king wanted the Hindu princess to marry him, and he wouldn't recall his military until she agreed. The Hindu king had been killed, so the queen was now the ruler. She didn't want to marry again. She was a chaste woman. The queen replied to the Muslim king at the gate of the fort, "I don't want to marry you, and I won't." "All right, but let me at least see you once. A glance at you will satisfy, and I will go back to my kingdom." "I'm a chaste woman. Why should I let a rogue like you see my body?" "I'll stop the war if you just let me look at you." "All right, you can look at me through a mirror." So she allowed him to look at her face in a mirror. The king didn't budge. "That is not enough. If you don't marry me, I will destroy your entire population." She was a very intelligent woman. Being a Kshatriya, she knew how to be diplomatic. She got an idea. "Okay, I surrender. You can enjoy me. You can enjoy my beauty. Just give me a day for my makeover, so our meeting is enjoyable. I promise you, I'll come to your camp tomorrow evening with some of my maidservants, and then we can enjoy. But you have to stop the siege now and leave us alone." "No problem." So he left the palace with his men and he went back to his Muslim camp, which was a few hundred meters away. They had a big party in her anticipation. The whole day they were drinking and dancing. They all got drunk in excitement. "Yes, the princess is coming, the princess is coming." As the queen promised, that evening the doors of the palace opened and so many palanquins came out. There were over 100 palanquins carrying the queen and her maidservants. So, when the Muslim emperor saw this, he began to dance in ecstasy. They began to drink more and more wine. "Here comes the queen, here comes the queen." And all the soldiers were shouting, "Here come the maidservants." They put away their weapons and started putting on perfumes and nice clothes. The women were very chaste, so the palanquins were all closed with curtains around them. The palanquins were getting closer and closer, and the palanquins got right inside the camp of the Muslims. All of a sudden, the Muslims heard this terrific roar. Suddenly, Rajput soldiers jumped out of the palanquin. They slaughtered all those Muslims to the last man. Meanwhile, the queen was watching the whole thing from the palace. Not only the kings, but also the queens had Kshatriya qualities in those days. So, the moral of the story is, the real beauty of a woman lies in her chastity.